Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to Elite Weather Forecasting. My name is Dooley Godot with your weather today as we talk about the weather forecast and what's going on out there across America for your Thursday afternoon. So let's jump right into things right now, and we are going to take a look at the national radar, and we're seeing a whole lot of stuff going on here across the desert Southwest through the Four Corner states and into the Rockies as we have this monsoon moisture that's coming up out of the south here, and it's going to be spreading those thunderstorms through the mountains and the desert south here. Some flash flooding is going to be occurring as well, as some of these storms are pretty hefty out there, so some pretty significant monsoon moisture is going to be seen out there this afternoon and evening through Arizona. So we got one just near Tucson there, as well as in Albuquerque. We're seeing those showers and thunderstorms, and that moisture is also being pulled over into parts of Missouri and Kansas as well, where we're seeing a lot of showers and thunderstorms out there. Some of these guys are pretty heavy. None of this is severe at this time, but there are some heavy thunderstorms out there dropping some pretty significant rainfall. And we're also seeing some isolated storms right here through parts of Texas and Louisiana as well, and along the Gulf Coast there is some scattered showers and storms out there, and we have some more storms here through parts of the southeast into parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, where we're seeing some isolated to scattered thunderstorms this afternoon as well. Some scattered thunderstorms right here through north central Florida. This is about Orlando and the Tampa St. Petersburg area. I think you have a nice size storm in between you guys there, and more showers and storms along the eastern seaboard and through the mid-Atlantic and into the northeast there. We're seeing some scattered thunderstorms as well. Scattered showers here through Minnesota and parts of Nebraska and the Dakotas, and more scattered showers and storms here through the northern plains and the northern Rockies near the Canadian border. We're seeing some more thunderstorms out there. So a lot of areas are dealing with thunderstorms, and if you're not dealing with thunderstorms, you're dealing with thunderstorms and heat and humidity. So a lot of interesting weather taking place for a Thursday afternoon out there. Now, as we look at the watches and warnings right now in place across the country, we have this heat advisory predominantly in place here through parts of Texas. We got Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, parts of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida, where we have our heat advisory in place, and that is that excess. And then we also have an excessive heat watch here through parts of central Georgia. So we're seeing a lot of warm temperatures, and we're seeing high humidities, and we're seeing those triple-digit temperatures here through North Texas, and we have more triple digits here through northern Louisiana and Mississippi as well. So you're seeing temperatures in excess of 100 degrees through Alabama and central Georgia here. Right in this region right here, we're seeing temperatures in excess of 100, and those dew points in the mid 60s. And then here along the Gulf Coast, we're seeing dew points in the 70s out there. So a lot of heat and humidity to contend with through the southeastern section of the nation. And let's take a look now at our temperatures and look at where that heat and humidity is taking place. And we're seeing a lot of that heat through here in Texas, where we're seeing those triple digits in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, in Austin and Austin and in the San Antonio area. We're seeing those triple digits. We're seeing triple digits through Shreveport, Louisiana. It's also in excess of 100 in Birmingham, Alabama. We're seeing temperatures as well in excess of 100 degrees. And through Georgia, we're seeing temperatures and the higher than 100 as well. And we got 104 in Tallahassee. We're seeing 102 there in Macon, Georgia. So Tuscaloosa, Alabama, you guys are chilling with 102. This is just bacon. It is really hot out there, and the dew points in the 60s. Some of you folks have dew points in the 70s. If you're right here along the Gulf Coast, you're seeing those dew points in the 70-degree range. Now, it's also hot in the desert Southwest, where it's typically hot. because this is a desert. 110 in Phoenix, 104 in Tucson. Now, it's always slightly cooler in Tucson, but you guys are dealing with showers and thunderstorms from those monsoons this afternoon. But you see, it's really cranked up out there in the Phoenix area where that temperature is at 110 degrees right now. And you're seeing those 90s through the northern plains and the upper Mississippi Valley. Minneapolis, 94 degrees. Chicago, you guys going to be in the 70s in Chicago. Very nice weather in the Chicago area, 77 degrees. So very pleasant for some of you folks there across the Great Lakes area. So we're seeing pleasant weather for the Great Lakes and on over into the Northeast, where you're seeing temperatures in the 80s, like mid 70s there for Cleveland. But in New York City, you guys are in the 70s right now. So very nice weather in the Northeast and the Pacific Northwest this afternoon as far as those temperatures are concerned. And here we are as we take a look at those dew points that I like to look at, because it tells you just how miserable it is out there. And if here along the Gulf Coast, now we saw how it was 98 degrees down there in Houston, but the dew point is 73, so that's going to probably give you a heat index of about 108. So it's a excessive heat and oppressive heat down here if you're along the Gulf Coast, and we're seeing that heat all the way over here to the mid-Atlantic states, and that high dew points in the 60s. And we're seeing those temperatures in the 90s down there. So where we got a lot of this heat and humidity through the central and southern plains and through parts of the Midwest, you're also dealing with excessive humidity as well. So that is a look at the dew points this afternoon. Here is our GFS, and you're seeing where we're seeing those scattered showers and storms. We got that cluster of storms right here through parts of Kansas and western Missouri. We have our monsoonal flow down here in the southwest, and we have our showers and storms along the mid-Atlantic and the northeast there this afternoon. And we also see those isolated to scattered storms along the Gulf Coast down here, as we see on our GFS, and then scattered showers and activity along the Canadian and U.S. border there to the north. And as we look at our upper air pattern, we have this cutoff low here off the coast of California and another low pressure area here off the northeast and in the East Coast, but this is going to provide cooler and more comfortable weather conditions here across the Northeast. And we're also seeing very nice and comfortable weather conditions here in the Pacific Northwest and into the Northern Rockies. But if you look at this arch right here, you see this is our ridge of high pressure. The center of that high is right here, and that flow around that high pressure is going like this. So it's pulling all of that moisture off of the Gulf of Mexico and Gulf of California, because you got this low pressure where the air pattern is going like this. So you got all of this flow going in just like that, and it's pulling in all of that moisture. You're getting it from here and you're getting it from here. So we're gonna have a lot of fuel for those desert thunderstorms with that monsoonal flow. So we're going to continue with this pattern over the next several days as our early monsoons will continue, and that hot weather, this heat dome, will continue here across the center of the nation over the coming days. So as we look at this video here, here's a look at some of the thunderstorms they had in LA a couple mornings ago. So let's give this a moment for it to start to run there. Here it comes. There we go. Look at that, how beautiful. Very rare to see storms in LA like this. beautiful monsoon thunderstorms out there in California, in the LA area. I think that was in the Inland Empire out by near Redlands where the person took that video. So it's very nice to see those storms roll through the LA area. Unfortunately, it was about 4 or 5 a.m. So a lot of people was woken up by some very loud thunder. Now I'm going to make things eerie for you, and I want to show you these water spouts that occurred off the coast of Alabama a couple days ago. Now these guys are very eerie. They're not very strong. They don't do a lot of damage, but they are pretty cool to look at. So how creepy. They are so creepy because they're so quiet. See, they're very creepy out there, and they don't need a wall cloud like typical thunderstorms. They can be very quiet out there, and they do come on land and they become land spouts. But they can cause some damage. But they're not like F3s or F4s. They're usually F0, maybe F1 water tornadoes there. So that was a look at some of the creepiness down there across Alabama with those water spouts. Very common along the Gulf Coast, and I think part of it has to do with the shape of the landmass and how it kind of creates a rotation in the atmosphere and how it interacts with the landmass, because it kind of takes that curve pattern from Florida over to Texas there, so it kind of generally creates a spin in the atmosphere as the air currents kind of move from the Gulf to the land. So you see a lot of those water spouts when you have thunderstorms. Now, you don't necessarily have to have thunderstorms to get those water spouts. A rain shower can cause those water spouts down there off of the Gulf Coast. So this is your weather today. My name is Julie Godot. Thanks for watching this video, and leave your likes, and you can comment in the comment section. Let me know what city and state you're watching your video, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Thank you.